Back at work, Taimu sulks over the dinosaur comment, while Hari drowns her frustrations drinking with Jong. The next day, Taimu receives a text from Jong, making him believe she's changed her mind about marriage. Meanwhile, Hari secretly sees Minu with another woman and is devastated. Distracted, she accidentally hits Taimu's face with her slipper in front of the entire office. Embarrassed, she tries to deny it, but Taimu recognizes her and teases her about her fish experiment before letting her go. Later, she learns the same colleague Minu was with got rejected, which strangely makes Hari feel relieved. That night, Jong crashes into a car and realizes it belongs to Taimu's assistant, Chong. When Taimu arrives, he confronts her and discovers she's the real Jong. Cornered, she admits she had Hari pretend to be her to avoid the blind date. Furious, Taimu demands to meet the girl who tricked him. He later vents his anger by cleaning Chong's apartment, declaring he won't forgive the girl who dared call him a dinosaur. The next morning, Jong tricks Hari into dressing up, then suddenly leaves her face-to-face with Taimu at a restaurant. Shocked, Hari tries to run, but Taimu confronts her with her family's restaurant card that fell from her bag. Cornered, Hari finally admits she only did everything because she desperately needed money. Taimu confronts Hari for pretending to be Jong, and though she apologizes, he can't let go of her calling him a dinosaur. Annoyed, he demands she meet him whenever he calls, or he'll show up at her family's restaurant. Nervous, Hari gives a fake name. Later, Taimu tells his grandfather he won't marry Jong, while Hari vents her frustration by scolding Jong at home. That night, Taimu, still bothered by the dinosaur insult, calls Hari just to disturb her sleep. The next morning, exhausted, Hari prays not to run into him at work. Meanwhile, Taimu endures a series of blind dates arranged by his grandfather, but finds none appealing, admitting even fake Jong seemed better. To escape more dates, Taimu lies that he already has a girlfriend. Pressured to prove it, he decides to use Hari. He calls Hari and offers her money to pretend to be his girlfriend, but she refuses. Later, Taimu shows up outside her house with a contract, threatening to sue unless she agrees. Flustered, Hari runs, but when she bumps into her brother, she hides behind Taimu. In the chaos, they fall together and accidentally kiss, shocking them both. The next day, Taimu forces Hari to sign the contract. She must act as his girlfriend or pay a massive fine if she fails. He begins training her on his family background, preparing her to meet his grandfather. Hari practices nervously but still argues with Taimu over what their first meeting story should be. When she suggests a romantic scene in the rain, Taimu refuses, revealing rain reminds him of his parents' death. On the drive home, Hari falls asleep, and Taimu quietly supports her head, secretly softening toward her. At work, Hari's team discusses their Italian food project. The director suggests Minu as a chef, which excites Hari. Meanwhile, Taimu recalls his kiss with her whenever he sees romance on TV. Hari later helps Minu by preparing a presentation of his dishes. But when she delivers it at the office, she's forced to present in front of Taimu while hiding behind a mask. That night, she visits Minu's restaurant, only to see him kissing his ex-girlfriend. Heartbroken, she leaves, dropping her phone and files just as Taimu calls, accidentally connecting the two at her lowest moment. Hari breaks down in tears, and Taimu, hearing her cry over the phone, is left confused. Back at work, morning, Hari notices over the dinosaur Minu gave her, which while Hari drowns her frustrations drinking with Jong. The next day, Taimu receives a text from Jong. Grandfather immediately likes Hari but asks mind about marriage. She and Taimu Hari secretly sees Hari explains another woman is always devastated. She no longer minds because once he even came to see her in the rain despite work in front of the entire office. Embarrassed, she tries to deny it, but he scolds her for mentioning the rain. They teases her about her together when her concert before letting her go, prompting grandfather to suggest colleague Minu at the concert. Hari grows emotional, strangely makes Hari feel relieved. That night, Jong crashes into a car and realizes it belongs to Taimu. Asks if she still has feelings for Minu. Hari admits she does, but discovers she's the real Jong. Cornered, she admits she had a Hari pretend to be her to avoid the blind date. Furious, Taimu demands to meet the girl, and Hari tells him he later vents his anger by cleaning Chong's apartment. That night, declaring he won't forgive the girl who dared call him a dinosaur. The next morning, Jong tricks Hari into dressing up, then suddenly leaves her face-to-face with Taimu at a restaurant. Shocked, Hari tries to run, but Taimu confronts her with her family's restaurant card that fell from her bag. Cornered, Hari finally admits she only did everything because she desperately needed money. Taimu confronts Hari for pretending to be Jong, and though she apologizes, he can't let go of her calling him a dinosaur. Annoyed, he demands she meet him whenever he calls, or he'll show up at her family's restaurant. Nervous, Hari gives a fake name. Later, Taimu tells his grandfather he won't marry Jong, while Hari vents her frustration by scolding Jong at home. That night, Taimu, still bothered by the dinosaur insult, calls Hari just to disturb her sleep. The next morning, exhausted, Hari prays not to run into him at work. Meanwhile, Taimu endures a series of blind dates arranged by his grandfather, but finds none appealing, admitting even fake fake Jong seemed better. To escape more dates, Tae-moo lies that he already has a girlfriend. Pressured to prove it, he decides to use Hari. He calls Hari and offers her money to pretend to be his girlfriend, but she refuses. Later, Tae-moo shows up outside her house with a contract, threatening to sue unless she agrees. Flustered, Hari runs, but when she bumps into her brother, she hides behind Tae-moo. In the chaos, they fall together and accidentally kiss, shocking them both. The next day, Tae-moo forces Hari to sign the contract. She must act as his girlfriend or pay a massive fine if she fails. He begins training her on his family background, preparing her to meet his grandfather. Hari practices nervously but still argues with Tae-moo over what their first meeting story should be. When she suggests a romantic scene in the rain, Tae-moo refuses, revealing rain reminds him of his parents' death. On the drive home, Hari falls asleep, and Tae-moo quietly supports her head, secretly softening toward her. At work, Hari's team discusses their Italian food project. The director suggests Minu as a chef, which excites Hari. Meanwhile, Tae-moo recalls his kiss with her whenever he sees romance on TV. Hari later helps Minu by preparing a presentation of his dishes. But when she delivers it at the office, she's forced to present in front of Tae-moo while hiding behind a mask. That night, she visits Minu's restaurant, only to see him kissing his ex-girlfriend. Heartbroken, she leaves, dropping her phone and files just as Tae-moo calls, accidentally connecting the two at her lowest moment. Hari breaks down in tears, and Tae-moo, hearing her cry over the phone, is left confused. The next morning, Hari notices the concert tickets Minu gave her, which are for that day. Before she can think about it, Tae-moo arrives to take her to meet his grandfather. Grandfather immediately likes Hari but asks why she and Tae-moo broke up. Nervously, Hari explains Tae-moo was always busy, but she no longer minds, because once he even came to see her in the rain, despite work. Outside, she proudly asks Tae-moo about her acting, but he scolds her for mentioning the rain. They eat steamed buns together when her concert tickets fall out, prompting grandfather to suggest they attend. At the concert, Hari grows emotional over Minu and cries, so Tae-moo quietly offers his handkerchief. Afterward, when Tae-moo asks if she still has feelings for Minu, Hari admits she does but is glad he's happy with his ex. Later, while they eat at a stall, a stray ball injures Hari's eye. Tae-moo cares for her, and Hari tells him he deserves a real relationship, not a fake one. That night, Tae-moo messages that he enjoyed the day, making Hari smile despite her swollen eye the next morning. At the office, Hari tries to hide her eye with a bandage, but nearly runs into Tae-moo. Luckily, he doesn't recognize her. Meanwhile, Minu impresses everyone with his cooking, and Hari is relieved when his dish gets approved. At breakfast, grandfather reminds Tae-moo of his upcoming one-year anniversary with Shin Gumi, scolding him for forgetting. Forced to go on a date, Tae-moo clears his schedule. On the filming set, Hari panics when grandfather suddenly shows up. She tries to avoid him, even hiding in the bathroom, but accidentally causes him to slip and get injured. While recovering, grandfather tells Tae-moo he dislikes Hari, calling her strange compared to Shingumi. Later, Tae-moo meets Hari, who shows up in odd clothes so her family wouldn't stop her from leaving home. He gives her eye medicine, and she feels touched by his concern. The next day, Tae-moo takes her to a boutique to pick out a dress. After several tries, he approves one, though Hari feels it's too tight. That evening, they dine at his grandfather's restaurant, pretending to be a real couple so no one suspects them. But as they sit down, Hari's purse falls, and while bending to pick it up, her dress rips, leaving both of them stunned just as the staff approaches with a cake. Tae-moo quietly stands behind her so no one notices. When the staff brings the cake, he and Hari blow out the candles together and cut it. After dinner, they leave the restaurant laughing. Tae-moo teases Hari about her messed up hair, and she blames the dress. As she walks away, her sandal slips off, and Tae-moo gently helps her put it back on. Hari feels flustered, and just then, fireworks light up the sky. While Hari admires them, Tae-moo can't stop staring at her. Later, he drops her home and gives her the dress as a gift, saying their anniversary may be fake, but the gift is real. Both return home happy, and Hari smiles at the photo the staff took. Meanwhile, Tae-moo finds Shin Gyum-hui's wallet in his car and goes to return it. At her house, he sees Hari and then notices her picture inside the wallet. Realizing the truth, he checks Hari's file at work and gets furious, believing she tricked him. The next day he meets Hari, pretending not to know. He pressures her with questions and she nervously says her company makes cups and glasses. Later, he tests her at work, demanding new dumpling recipes but rejecting all her efforts, clearly punishing her. Hari gets upset, but Tae-moo stays cold, determined to take revenge. Grandfather soon recognizes Hari as the girl he once met and insists on meeting Gyum-hui again. Tae-moo forces Hari to agree, warning her about penalties if she refuses. Though angry, he can't ignore her, especially when she burns her hand making dumplings. One night, after drinking too much, Hari calls Tae-moo and asks about her penalty. Worried, Tae-moo searches for her and finally finds her in a park. Half asleep, Hari confesses she and Gyum-hui are the same person and apologizes before her brother arrives to take her home. Tae-moo hides, conflicted about why he cares so much. The next morning, Hari wakes up to a text from Tae-moo ending their contract, which shocks her but also brings relief. At work, she learns he secretly approved her very first dumplings, surprising her even more. Meanwhile, Tae-moo leaves on a sudden business trip telling his assistant that he needs distance because he's grown too close to Hari. But even far away, he keeps imagining her everywhere, realizing that forgetting her might be impossible. Hari, too, is reminded of him when she sees the dress he gave her. Hari starts missing Tae-moo deeply, but then she receives a call from his grandfather asking to meet. Worried, she calls Tae-moo to tell him. Later, when she goes to his house, Tae-moo holds her hand and brings her inside. Hari tries to speak, but Tae-moo suddenly calls her by her real name, revealing that he already knows all her secrets. Shocked, Hari spends the next morning thinking he had been pretending all along. At work, she avoids him, hiding in the lab, but Tae-moo still sends her a message to meet. Later, he admits to his assistant Chong that though he once hated Hari, he now likes her and even wants to marry her. When they finally meet at a restaurant, Tae-moo plans to confess, but Hari nervously hands him her resignation, thinking he will fire her. Surprised, Tae-moo hears her plead for another chance, realizing the moment didn't go as he imagined. Later, while playing racquetball, Chong advises him to treat Hari kindly if he truly wants her. The next day, instead of signing her resignation, Tae-moo tears it up and praises her work, asking her to meet after hours. Hari is overjoyed. He then takes her to a private movie theater, but when her director unexpectedly shows up, Hari slaps Tae-moo to cover up, forcing him to hide. Embarrassed, Tae-moo leaves, and Hari feels guilty. Determined to win her over, Tae-moo secretly checks Hari's likes on social media. Soon after, he takes her on a business trip claiming they'll explore new food ideas. On the way, Hari insists on driving since he's her boss. They stop at a beach where Tae-moo surprises her with a burger stall because he knows how much she loves it. Hari happily shares childhood stories while he listens with a smile. But on the way back, heavy rain triggers Tae-moo's trauma from his parents' accident. He abruptly tells Hari to get out and drives off, leaving her stranded at a bus stop in the storm. Realizing his mistake, he later returns, but she's gone. Hari, meanwhile, ends up at a hotel, doubting Tae-moo's intentions. When she meets Minu's girlfriend and her friends there, they tease her about her boyfriend. At that moment, Tae-moo appears and claims he is her boyfriend, shocking everyone. Though he says he only did it to protect her dignity, the girls doubt the relationship, mocking Hari and saying someone like her could never afford a man who dresses so well. Tae-moo and Hari overhear Minu's friends mocking her, and Tae-moo boldly says he'll prove he's a better boyfriend than theirs. He orders expensive dishes and pays for everything, impressing the group. Later, when they go to their room, Hari suggests separate rooms, but Tae-moo reminds her that would reveal the truth. To protect her, he insists she take the bed while he'll use the sofa, though their closeness makes Hari nervous. Meanwhile, Minu hears that Tae-moo is her boyfriend and is shocked. The next morning, Tae-moo surprises Hari with clothes delivered to the hotel, but Hari still feels uncomfortable. When Minu and his friends insist she stay behind, Tae-moo cancels his meeting to remain with her. They all go boating, and when Hari suddenly feels sick, Tae-moo rushes her to the hospital himself, refusing Minu's help. On the way home, Hari tries to stop him from canceling his meeting, but Tae-moo ignores her. He later drops her near her house and finally confesses his feelings, telling her he's been trying to learn everything she likes. Hari doesn't know how to respond, but he asks her to take her time. That night, she wonders if his love is real. The next day, Tae-moo admits the truth to his grandfather, who angrily scolds him, thinking he lied again. Meanwhile, Hari confides in her friend Jong, who happily says she always suspected Tae-moo liked her. Hari begins avoiding him at the office, though Tae-moo grows restless waiting for her reply. During Minu's shoot, when the lead actress can't perform, Hari steps in, and Tae-moo secretly watches. Nervous under his gaze, she makes mistakes but manages to continue. Afterward, Tae-moo finds her, but before he can talk, his grandfather arrives. Panicking, Tae-moo hides Hari with him until his grandfather leaves. In that moment, he asks Hari again for an answer, but she says they're too different. He's the boss, she's just an employee. Tae-moo insists he doesn't care and will keep asking until she says yes. Overwhelmed, Hari kisses him, and he kisses back, but she quickly pulls away, realizing how serious things have become. Tae-moo asks if Hari's kiss means yes, but she quickly says it was a mistake and leaves. That night, both lie awake thinking about it. The next day, Tae-moo calls Hari, but she avoids him. Later in the car, he asks why she didn't answer, and Hari admits she was scared. He presses her, wondering why she kissed him if she doesn't like him. She insists it was an accident and promises to make it up. At a restaurant, Tae-moo teases that since she kissed him without permission, she must repay him, leaving Hari flustered. Soon after, Hari offers to help her parents at their shop when her dad suddenly falls ill. At the same time, Tae-moo calls Hari, reminding her that she agreed to do anything to make up for the kiss, so she must spend the day with him. They enjoy rides together, laugh while exchanging hairbands, and later share hot dogs as Tae-moo opens up about his parents. But their happy moment is cut short when Hari learns her parents are in the hospital. Her mom is injured, and her dad needs surgery. With no rooms available, a VIP suite is suddenly offered, booked by Tae-moo. Hari's parents are delighted, though she feels embarrassed by their chatter in front of him. Meanwhile, Minu visits Hari's house and discovers the fake girlfriend contract. Later, when Tae-moo drops Hari home, he reminds her she still owes him for the kiss. Minu overhears and angrily punches Tae-moo. Shocked, Hari pulls Minu away, leaving Tae-moo hurt. Minu then confronts Hari with the contract, accusing her of faking everything. When he insults Tae-moo, Hari defends him and demands an apology before leaving upset. That night, she worries that siding with Minu must have deeply hurt Tae-moo. She messages him, but he doesn't respond, just as heartbroken on his end. At work, Hari joins colleagues for a sports match, hoping for Tae-moo's reply. An announcement says the winner will dine with Tae-moo, so Hari plays fiercely despite getting injured. She wins, but soon learns Tae-moo is on a blind date arranged by his grandfather. Crushed, she leaves, calls him, and finally confesses her feelings. Tae-moo laughs softly, saying he'd never date anyone else. They rush through traffic to meet, and on a bridge, Hari promises to pay him back with a kiss. She kisses him, and Tae-moo kisses her back. Their real love begins. The next morning, Tae-moo surprises Hari outside her house and takes her to a restaurant where he cooks for her. When he notices she wore mismatched shoes in her hurry, Hari feels embarrassed. Later at the office, Tae-moo sends her sandals as a gift, leaving her coworkers curious about her boyfriend. He even writes love notes for her during a meeting, and when he visits her department, Hari nervously knocks his tablet down, pretending there was a mosquito, just as her teammates appear. Mainu meets Hari and apologizes for the past fight. Hari admits she and Tae-moo are now really dating, which makes Minu sad. Just then, Tae-moo shows up and asks Hari to dinner, saying she won the match and it's his promise to take her out. Her teammates cheer her on, and she nervously joins him. Hari takes Tae-moo to a place he's never been before, and later at the park they both confess how happy they feel. As Tae-moo leans closer, Hari closes her eyes expecting a kiss, but he first brushes something off her cheek. Then he finally kisses her, and Hari holds his collar as she kisses him back. Later, Tae-moo is with his grandfather, who presses him to reveal who he's dating, but Tae-moo refuses, making his grandfather angry. Suddenly, the old man feels stomach pain and rushes to the restroom. At the same time in the lab, a worker exposes his secret relationship with the director, which causes chaos. As Hari tries to stop the director from chasing him, she trips, losing her sandal and hiding in the restroom. Tae-moo's grandfather spots the sandal and realizes a girl is inside. Tae-moo tries to stop him, but Hari eventually comes out. Embarrassed, she leaves quickly. That evening, Hari goes to dinner with her co-workers, but Tae-moo shows up too. Everyone feels uneasy, so Hari secretly texts him to leave. Instead, Tae-moo joins them, insisting they all drink and eat together. After dinner, when only he and Hari remain outside, his grandfather arrives and suspects them. Tae-moo covers up, saying they were discussing a project, and when the co-workers return, the grandfather believes him. Later, Tae-moo promises to introduce his girlfriend soon. The next day, Hari gets a call about her brother and rushes to the family restaurant. She sees on CCTV that he ran off with money. Angry and worried, she vents, while Tae-moo looks through her childhood photos. Soon, customers arrive and they all help cook and serve. While eating, Hari accidentally spills a drink on Tae-moo, then takes him home to change. She gives him her brother's shirt, and when Tae-moo teases her about watching him change, Hari blushes. Just then, her parents come home. In a panic, Hari hides Tae-moo in her room while Jong distracts them by pretending Chong is his boyfriend. Hari's parents settle in to drink more, and when her dad goes to fetch another bottle from her room, Hari rushes after him. After he leaves, she finds Tae-moo hiding in the cupboard. He jokes he should leave, and she tries sneaking him out. But when her dad almost catches them, Jong signals her, and Hari manages to sneak Tae-moo outside. There, Tae-moo says he wants to properly meet her parents, but before they can talk, Hari's brother shows up. They hide behind a car, but he notices them and asks who Tae-moo is. Hari admits he's her company's president. Her brother mistakes him for her future brother-in-law, and Tae-moo kindly offers him his credit card for clothes. Hari refuses, worried it'll spoil him, so Tae-moo tells her brother to visit his office instead. After Tae-moo leaves, Hari and her brother sit together. He asks about her relationship and then warns her, worried that rich families usually don't treat people like them kindly. Hari reassures him, saying Tae-moo isn't like that. At home, Tae-moo's grandfather grows suspicious and asks the restaurant for a photo of the girl Tae-moo was with. Meanwhile, Tae-moo and Hari go on a date. It begins to rain, and though Tae-moo dislikes rain, he agrees when Hari says she loves it. On the train, Tae-moo ends up sitting close to Hari, later buying her flowers and enjoying a meal together. Hari reminds him to stop talking about business and just enjoy. At the same time, grandfather receives the photo and realizes Shin Gumi and Hari are the same person. Later, Hari notices it raining again and sits beside Tae-moo so he won't see it. Touched by her care, he kisses her. On their way back, Tae-moo thanks her for looking after him, and Hari hugs him before leaving sadly to meet Jong. Soon, grandfather summons Hari, shows her the photo, and demands the truth. She admits the fake relationship, making him furious. Tae-moo learns about it too, but while rushing in his car, he crashes. When grandfather hears of the accident, he orders Hari to stay away from his grandson. Hari tries to explain, but he refuses to listen. At the hospital, Tae-moo arrives injured. Grandfather accuses them of lying, but Tae-moo holds Hari's hand and declares their relationship is now real. Alone with his grandfather, Tae-moo insists he loves Hari, but grandfather forbids the match. Tae-moo defiantly says he'll never marry anyone else. Hurt, Hari goes home, but the rain reminds her of Tae-moo, and she returns to the hospital. There, Tae-moo shows her a tower he dreams of visiting together. He opens up about his childhood, confessing that his parents died in a rainstorm on his birthday because they rushed to take him to the zoo. Hari comforts him, and they fall asleep beside each other. The next morning, she kisses him before leaving. Hari lies to her mom about going to work early but instead spends time with Jong. Meanwhile, Tae-moo tells Chung that no matter what, he won't give up on Hari, even if grandfather disapproves. Later, grandfather orders Hari to resign from her job. Tae-moo rushes to her office, only to learn she's already gone. He visits her family's restaurant, where her brother blurts out that Tae-moo and Hari like each other. Their parents are shocked, with her mom even scolding Tae-moo. Despite this, Tae-moo keeps searching for Hari. At last, he reaches her by phone and meets her near the tower. He hugs her tightly, begging her not to disappear again. They spend the night together at a hotel, sharing sweet and romantic moments. The next morning, Tae-moo lovingly wakes Hari as their bond grows even deeper. When Hari wakes up, she feels embarrassed and tells Tae-moo to leave. Meanwhile, her parents return home. Hari's mom worries about her daughter not coming back all night, suspecting she was with Tae-moo, but her dad brushes it off. Just then, they see Tae-moo dropping Hari at the house. Furious, her mom scolds and even hits Hari. And when Tae-moo tries to protect her, she hits him too. Hari begs her mom to calm down and show some dignity. Later, at home, her mom looks up Tae-moo online and realizes he's a wealthy man. She asks why he likes Hari, and Tae-moo replies that out of all the girls he's met, Hari is the one he truly loves and wants to marry. Her dad asks if his family knows, but Tae-moo assures him he'll handle it. During dinner, Hari's mom slowly warms up to him, but her dad remains doubtful until Tae-moo promises outside that he'll never hurt Hari. Touched, her dad finally accepts. At the office the next day, Tae-moo drops by, saying he just wanted to see her. Before they can talk much, he receives a shocking call about his grandfather's health. While listening, he overhears his grandfather asking the doctor to fake a report so Tae-moo will break up with Hari. Realizing this, Tae-moo and Hari plan to face him directly. Hari visits the hospital, trying to win him over with tea, small talk, and even singing. Though he pretends to stay stern, he secretly feels moved. When Tae-moo arrives, Hari admits her efforts failed. But suddenly, the doctor reveals the illness is real. Grandfather needs surgery abroad. Saddened, Tae-moo prepares to take him to the US, and Hari tells him to take good care. From America, Tae-moo and Hari talk over calls and video chats, but he's busy and often cuts them short. Soon, Hari's brother tells her there are viral rumors of Tae-moo dating another woman in the US. Shocked and upset, she tries to reach him but fails. Determined, she heads to the airport, only to find Tae-moo in the same taxi. He explains it was all fake news, and he had returned to surprise her. Relieved, Hari asks about his grandfather, and Tae-moo says he is healthy now and has even approved of their relationship. He gives her a gift, a ring, making Hari overjoyed. Tae-moo places it on her finger, they share a kiss, and he promises marriage is next. Hand in hand, they walk together, ready to begin their new life as the story comes to a happy end.